What is up, everybody, and welcome to a very special unboxing video. Now, really quick, you might notice a hum, an audible hum. I have multiple fans on in my room. It's like 95 degrees outside, and my house isn't super well weatherproofed, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. And if it's too loud and annoying for you, maybe skip this one. We'll see you in the next one. Appreciate it. So this video was supposed to be coming out on Monday. This package was supposed to arrive on Monday, and I was going to film it, edit it, and upload it on Monday, and like that was the plan. It was out for delivery, but that didn't happen. USPS took this guy on a little adventure, little detour, if you will, and we finally got her in our hands today. So you're getting a midweek upload, and so be it. Now I have these gloves here, partially because I think there's a lot of Timascus in this box, and that'll be great. But mostly because, again, it's so hot in here. My hands are gonna be super sweaty, and I just want to be able to mess with the knives. So I know this is like a small little priority box, but there's like 6 to 8 knives in here. It's very heavy. And it is packed full. This package comes to us from Mike. He is at Heels with Steel on Instagram. He comes from the medical field, which is where he gets his heels, and he likes his knives, which is where he gets his steel. And I just love that. I think it's one of the best Instagram handles in our community, and so go check him out. Definitely look forward to more people seeing all the amazing knives that he has, because this is just kind of like a small sampling of what he's got to offer overall. So let's go ahead and open the box. Let's see here. Try not to, here, I'm just going to pull it off camera so I can take a look without exposing any addresses. So, guys, while I get this unboxed, first of all, I know most of the knives that are in here, but I feel like there's like a couple that I forgot and stuff, so some of these might come as a surprise. Obviously, Mike doesn't have a ton of, I was going to say he doesn't have a ton of pouches, but the truth is he might have done this just for space saving, because there's not even a knife in this. Alright, it looks like we probably have like 6 or 7. Here, I'm gonna cut this tape. Be careful, because these look like towels that I could return. Just get a little cut work in there. Go ahead and fast forward through this. Okay. Now that we got through that, my hands aren't actually as sweaty as I thought, so I'm not gonna put those gloves on yet. Let's dig in, guys. I'm stoked. So this one peeking out here is one that I'm really excited for. I have a good buddy who lives locally to me, Rich. Shout out to at Jets Rich, yeah, on Instagram. He's the dude, he's my man, and he really wants to check this out because he likes it. It's a big ass knife. I don't know if a lot of people, I feel like most people only know the RFT, the Russian flipping Tonto. This, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is a collaboration between Brad Southard and is it Shirogorov Knives, or is it Sergey himself? I don't, I guess it's a Shirogorov Brad Southard collaboration, if I remember correctly, as opposed to a specific Russian. But yeah, I think a lot of people see pictures of this thing and in like sales posts, right? And so you don't always get to see it like in people's hands. It's like a big ass knife. Like, look at this. Here, we'll do the head test. Bigger than my head. That's how you know a knife is big, if it's bigger than your head. But let's What? Did you see that? Holy shit! Check this out. I've actually I got to play with these at Blade Show 2017, but wow, this one's definitely broken in. Holy, oh my god, dude, it's like Grimsmo-y. It like bounces off of the stop pin. That's like that's too much. Like, look at it close sideways. Like, look. Sorry, that was my finger. Here, check this out. Look, watch this thing. See how it's sideways? That's crazy. Wow, okay. So, interestingly, I am wearing my Knifegasm shirt. Hashtag, where's my finger? There hashtag OJD, there it is. Got this from African Custom Knives, super cool dudes. But I happened to just pick this shirt out when I got home from work today, and it's actually really suitable because I think this is not going to be the only Knifegasm I have during this unboxing. So let's go ahead and move on. That is an incredible, incredible knife. How's the lighting? Let's pop this light on. See if that helps. Oh, this thing. Alright, so I don't know what this is. I guess the guy, Cobalt Knives. That's literally all I know about it. I don't know the name of the model. I have to ask Mike before I move forward, obviously, with any sort of information on this piece. He's definitely got to fill me in, but I'm given to understand it's a newer maker. I can say right off the bat, it looks handmade, and it looks really impeccable. So the finishing, I can tell right away on this zirconium and this Timascus is really top-notch. You will notice immediately a bit of a gap between the scale and the bolster, and the way that gap is formed is what makes me... The way the gap is formed is what makes me think that it's handmade. Absolutely beautiful. Wow, look at those tolerances. Wow, 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 wow. I gotta show this to Aaron Winger. That is some Stan Wilson tolerance type shit right there. Not so much on the right side, I suppose. There's a little bit of a gap there, but man, dead center. Freaking gorgeous. Clip, not my preference. I don't like it when the clip is so much of the knife. But, ooh, what a great little deployment. Oh, look at this. Yo, I'm going to buy this knife. I like this knife so much. Yo, it's a little fatty chubber, just like, I moved all my knives, so I have room for these on my ballet tray, but I was going to reach for my Larevo Mini Tribeca. Little fat little fucker. Oh my god, I love this shit. Wow. Okay. This knife's going to get a really good video. Ooh, man, I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, I want one of these right off the bat. It's not usual that a knife steals me like that, but that's incredible. What do we have here? Oh, man. All right. So I've wanted a Les Voorhees piece for a long time, but I've always wanted to try one first. And this is a knife that you have to wear the gloves for. I've always wanted to try one first because the actions appear to be very sort of swaying in terms of some dropping free, some being absolutely ultra stiff. And so I just wanted to get a sense, you know, you can tell in a video if a knife has a stiff or a free action to a fair enough degree to have like comfort buying a knife. I think that's a true statement. But you can't know how the pivot feels. By that I mean you can't know... Oh, this is backwards. You can't know if the pivot feels grainy or whatever, because, you know, like a Gavco, for example, can be very free dropping but still have a very rumbly kind of feel throughout sort of the bearing section of the pivot. And, you know, the same is true of any knife, and that can be good or bad. But You can't tell that from a video. So the reason I wanted a Voorhees to try, even though I know that there's great variation between each knife, is that I can get a sense for what his pivot feels like, what the bearings feel like, the way he polishes his tang. Obviously, this is a Damasteel piece, as you can see. So I can gather that information, and then if I like the way that it feels, but I perhaps don't like the way that particular action is, then I can just continue to look for a knife on the secondary market, or I don't know, go to Les, I guess, and ultimately find a knife that has a free action, and then I already know how it'll sort of feel. So the finish work on this is absolutely gorgeous. You'll notice this is a satin finish zirconium that is drop dead. I mean, absolutely fantastic. We'll check out this pivot here. Beautiful Timascus around a Steve Kelly tie pivot, dual color anodizing. Definitely matches the Timascus. I guess you would call those. Well, shoot, yeah, they're zirconium scales. Check that out. Look at that. That's super cool. Wow, I love that. So, big fat zirconium scales. Look how fat those are. Wow, that's amazing. A lot of used up material there. And then we've got these onlays. Absolutely fantastic. I never really noticed that this is sort of like a really borderline interesting version of a well, I was gonna say a bolster lock. Not really, but like, I don't know. It's pretty cool. I do like the Damasteel clip, the way it's fitted in here. Let's go ahead and flip her open. Gorgeous, gorgeous knife. Here, I got these little nubs. I don't want to let the knife slip or anything. Okay. Ooh, look at that blade. Gorgeous etch. I'm a big fan of deep etches. I really don't like light etches. Obviously, that's just personal preference. But this one's particularly deep, very clean. I love the bit of a recurve we have going on. It's almost, you almost get a vibe of like a Brian Ty blade. Super cool. I love this blade. The finishing is great. The mirror polish that is presented alongside the etch there is fantastic. You can see the reflection of my tripod and everything, and the phone right there in the mirror reflection. No lock stick or anything. Oh, that's a great, super smooth action. I with this super hard etch, I kind of anticipated a bit of a rumbly feel, maybe a bit more of that etch sort of having an impact, but no, I don't really get that vibe. I believe these are probably on smaller bearings. It sort of has that really small bearing feel. This is something I would own. I would own this. This is nice. The fit and finish and sort of the design and everything really sticks out to me. It feels absolutely fantastic in the hand. It is a fabulous knife. I would totally own that. These are affordable, by the way. For something that's a full zirconium scale with double Timascus overlays on each side, and I mean, this is a value piece. I would double check. I'd get a video, make sure that it's one of the right pieces. But that's a value piece. Let's see what we got going on over here. All right, one of the Deadites from Tough Knives. I believe there's a mini Deadite rolling around in this other pouch here as well. I do believe I will have some trouble with the thumb flicking with these, so go ahead and take those off. All right. Ooh, look at that. I thought it was like tie, but it's not. We got a little bit of a Mokume pivot going on to match that Mokume thumb stud matching on the reverse side. Absolutely fantastic. Otherwise, we're looking at a tie frame lock, although we have this gorgeous polished Mokume backspacer. Fantastically done. Now, Tough Knives, easily one of my favorites when it comes to design Ooh, that's tough. Here. The reverse finger flick never lets me down. Wow, look at that fucking blade. Holy shit. I did not, I mean, excuse me, but like, wow. I didn't know this was a recurve. When I saw it in the picture, for some reason, I thought it was like a straight edge Tonto. I guess I just didn't look hard enough. Or maybe it was in the closed position and I just assumed because I've seen some Deadites recently that are like that. But this is a fabulous, gorgeous blade shape. I love that long, drawn-out recurve. Man, just stunning. And this one looks like a fantastic EDC. Now, you might not want to take the Damasteel, you know, out camping, but if you got a version with like a satin blade or something, a working finish, this particular model feels very EDC-able. Tiny bit of, just looks like the lock needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Lock face, rather. The reverse finger flick works great. There's the thumb flick. You just, sometimes, you know, with these smaller thumb studs, you just got to give it a couple tries until you figure it out. Get used to the knife. But the, that finger flick's where it's at. So there's a mini in here somewhere. It'll be interesting. Whoa. Well, here it is. It'll be interesting to see how the, oh my god, this is a, I really wore the right shirt, guys. This, fuck me. I didn't even realize this is a bolster lock side full Timascus or Mokutai, whatever the fuck, on the show side. Unbelievable. Dude. So good. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god. Wow, the small one has a significantly better action than the large one. That's interesting. Okay, first of all, look at this blade. What? Check this out. Oh, yeah, dude. Look at that. The thumb doesn't give me any trouble on this one. This one's definitely got a lighter detent. That's what's going on here, by the way. Wow. You know, Mike has an incredible taste. These knives have all been absolute joys to behold. I think this pivot's actually loose on this one. I'm gonna fucks with that later. Ooh, two more, guys. I think. Or one fat one. Two more. They seem to be touching. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's a servo. He told me he would send me his best one because he has three. He's got three. I got to try two at Blade Show. I think I mentioned this in my Blade Show video. Dr. Frank, his was one of the best CNC knives I've ever handled. Better than a Grimsmo. Best, I mean, absolutely fucking fantastic. I handled that one that belonged to my friend Sid that was an earlier build. Did not like that as much. So Mike said he would send his best one. This Damascus sort of turtle shell one is what he sent along. Interesting that non-Damasteel Damascus would be the choice for the knife with the best action. Quite a curious thing. Perhaps our man Craig Brown has done what many knife makers cannot, which is correctly mask a Damascus blade. Oh my god! What? Just gotta get it past that detent. Ooh, she's not going. She's not going. Ooh, against gravity. I haven't been that excited about knives lately. Some of you who follow me on Instagram and stuff might know that I've been sort of... I mean, for the last couple of months, I really messed around with a lot of other EDC stuff, like tops and spinners. And then more recently, I've been getting really into automatic watches. So that'll be an interesting sort of thing to do. But I just, sorry, excuse me, I've got something in my eye. When I went to Blade Show, you know, I mentioned this in my Blade Show videos, like that nothing really super jumped out at me. I mean, there's always amazing knives there, and it's an absolute treat to be there and to handle everything. But compared to the 2017 show and even New York Custom Knife Show 2017, there just wasn't a lot of like cool, like, I don't know, knives that were just like fucking good. You know what I mean? Like lots of people trying out new stuff and doing fun things. Lots of custom makers bringing out production models and like a lot of that stuff happening. A lot of good stuff for the community, but just not a lot of just fucking dope knives that were like really good in every way. Like those Sergei Shirogorov customs that nobody was supposed to touch that I accidentally touched. You know, those actions were like not good. And so like, I don't know, stuff like that. So I haven't been super stoked on knives lately. And the fact that so far every single one of these knives has absolutely blown me away. Some in particular to a degree which I not only didn't expect, but really haven't experienced before. I am just absolutely delighted to have this bunch of knives and to be able to do some really positive, excited videos for you guys because, you know, you might have noticed some of my videos lately just maybe don't have the same quite the same level of energy or enthusiasm, and it's just, you know, I've been searching for those things that really get me going, and all of these knives have been absolutely fantastic. So there is one more. I don't know if it's like another servo or wait, here, let me guess, right? Because that would be more fun. Because we talked about it. I just don't know what ended up. Let's see. I knew these were coming. I forgot about this, but this makes sense. I knew about this. I forgot about this, but I knew about it technically, and I knew about this. Well, whatever. I don't want to make you guys wait. I can hear people clicking away from the video as I speak. Here, let me get this little bit of tape off of here. I'm going to either see it and it's going to be a total surprise, or I'm going to see it and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, dumbass. Oh yeah, dumbass. The Rob Carter Custom Tech, Mid-Tech, Technology, Technical, Tech Knife, Tech. Have you guys seen Frank's video on this knife? Dr. Frankie, he did a video on the one that he bought from a collector at Blade Show. He's a big fan of Robert Carter. When I watched his video, you know, it's a mid-tech, so even though it did look good, I was kind of like, okay, you know. And, you know, he said stuff like, it's a thumb disc, and I know a lot of people don't like thumb discs, but, you know, the thumb disc works on this one, and I was like, okay. Frank, you're right, man. It's amazing. It's got the Robert Carter Rob Mascus. Let's take a look. Of course, when we get to the real video for the knives, I'll have all these all polished up and better lighting and everything. But give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. Around the collars, round the outside, round the outside. Look at that. Clip. Psh. Some, what, what is this, DLC coded? Or PVD coded? I like these little speed holes with the polished edges more than Frank's. Frank's has the crop circles, which don't look bad, but I am partial to this look. This knife is smaller than I thought it was going to be. I really like it. I'm not going to send this one back. Mike, I know you put a lot of trust in me, sending me all these knives. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get all these back to you, But this one, you unfortunately don't own anymore, my friend. Wow. I got to talk to Frank about getting getting one of these, because I would carry this. This thing is sweet. I could see myself like having this instead of an Umnumzan, if that makes sense. I think it's probably like a bearing knife, but yeah, it is. But like I don't know, I could see myself owning this, and even though it's like very nice and not super cheap, like beating the shit out of it. Like it is like it feels like a really like a knife, like a knife. Guys, I am so fucking stoked. I don't want to waste really any more of your time. But I think it's probably fair to say that Mike is an amazing person with some amazing knives. And I think we all owe him a big thanks. Even if you don't like my videos, for sharing these, because that's got a great sound to it, that Voorhees. Because, you know, even if you don't really like my videos, even if you mute me and never listen to a damn word I say, it is an absolute pleasure and honor to know somebody and to work with somebody from the community who's willing to share his knives and mail these to me at all. You know, it's like owning a car. You know, if you own a really fancy Ferrari or something, it's not really worth much if you don't share it. So it's cool to give people rides and let people drive it and stuff. And, you know, I feel like that's true here about the knives. And there's a lot of super rare pieces here. I mean, like, very few people really got to play with an RFT. I mean, if you're, like, a knife guy, like, dedicated, then, like, yeah, you might have handled one at, like, a show or whatever. But, like, there's not a lot of these out here. And, like, I feel like there's not a lot of videos on Les Voorhees. I've definitely looked for content on him. And I think this knife is... Dude, these are, like, fucking... like half of what the equivalent knife is from another maker, and it's fantastic. And this thing from Cobalt Knives, like I don't know anything about them. I'm sure there's some people that are watching this that have heard about them, but like I'm gonna pump this knife up like nobody's business. This is a fucking steal. I think, like, I don't even know how much these are. I just know they're less than $1,000. I don't know if they're like 600 or 700 or 800 or I don't know. Maybe they are $1,000. It's worth it at any of those prices. This servo is absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait. I've sort of had this like negative thing towards servos, like not because they deserve it or anything, but just because like I'm not interested in it, because it's not my kind of, you know, it's a frame lock, not really into that. It's got the weird blade shape, not really into that. But you know, I'm sure that Craig is going to do another liner lock eventually, or a liner lock. I guess the first one was like a inlay integral. But I'm sure he'll do a liner lock eventually, and the new drop point blade shape on the servo might make this worth buying for me, because these actions are incredible. These deadites are fantastic to check out. I feel like Tough Knives, you know, it's hard to find a lot of them, because he'll do like a batch of 12 or 30 or whatever, and they'll all be different. They'll all just go off into the community, and you know, you might see one or two, but it's really cool to have this sort of big and small pair. So look forward to all these awesome video guys. Of course, I'm gonna have super sick pictures up on Instagram. Follow me at tovarishworks. Email me at tovarishworks@gmail.com if you would like to send some awesome, lovely loaners, or just reach out to me for any reason whatsoever. I've been getting lots of emails from you guys telling me cool stories and asking me questions and stuff. I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't heard about it or haven't checked it out yet, please check out Knifecast. That is the podcast with myself, Josh, aka Echo Does Knives, and Frank, aka Dr. Frunky. You all know both of them. Check out that cast. It's on YouTube. It's on the iTunes podcast app. It's on SoundCloud. It's on Android. It's on all the little like apps that are designed just for podcasting. We host on like 7 different places. Just look up The Knife Cast. That's it, The Knife Cast, and you'll find us. Our next episode is going to be episode 9. It is a Meet Your Maker episode. It's going to be with Nick Chuprin, and that's going to be super sick. I know that Nick has been chomping at the bit to get on the show, and we, of course, got to meet him in Atlanta this year, and that was absolutely delightful. And he makes sweet knives, and so I actually know of a micro that he's got, that someone has, that they bought at Blade Show, that person's looking to unload, and it's green, and it's got zirconium collars, and it was the nicest one that I tried of all the knives that Nick brought. So if you're interested in one of those, hit me up. I think I can help you out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to the next one, and I will see you guys next time.